Hello guys, how are you? Today I'm gonna teach you a grammar lesson which is about passive and active voice. Firstly, let's have a look at the objectives of our lesson today. We will learn what's passive form. We will learn how to form passive within the present simple and the past simple. We will learn some irregular verbs and we will have a discussion at the end. We will answer some exercises. Firstly, let's have a look at these two examples. Ali makes cakes. Ali makes cakes. Cakes are made by Ali. Cakes are made by Ali. Let's firstly have a look at the first example. Ali here is excellent, is the subject of the sentence. Makes here is, that's right, the verb. Cakes here, yeah, the object of the sentence. Subject, verb, object. The subject here does the action to the object. The subject does the action to the object. So Ali makes cakes. Okay, now let's turn to the next one. Cakes are made. Cakes are made. Here I started with a noun which is the object of the first sentence. Then verb to be, then the past participle of make. So object, verb to be, past participle. The first one is an active sentence and the next one is a passive one. Okay, now let's know what's the meaning of active. Active voice has the person or thing doing the action as its subject. As we said, Ali makes cakes. The boy kicked the ball. The verb kick here is active. Passive voice as its subject the person or thing to which an action is done, as in his father was killed in a car accident and cakes are made. Now, can you tell me why should we use the passive voice? Can you guess? Why should I use the passive voice? Why should I say cakes are made? Cakes are made. Okay. There are times when you don't want to say who or what did the action. Or maybe you don't know who did the action. So you actually say cakes are made. And instead of saying, for example, the cake was eaten, okay? I can't say the cake was eaten. And instead of saying I ate the cake, for example, the cake was eaten, and instead of saying I ate the cake, okay? Or he ate the cake. So I say or I use the passive voice, for example, or sometimes when I don't want to say the name of the person or I don't want to mention the person or the thing that do the action or which do the action. Okay, so let's know the use of the passive. Okay, that's the discussion. Why do we use the passive voice? As I said, okay, the passive voice is used when the focus is on the action. So here I'm not focusing on the subject as I focused firstly here, Ali makes cakes. Okay, here I focused on the subject. So in the active voice, I focus on the subject of the sentence. I'm not focusing on the action itself. Okay? But in the passive voice, I focus on the action. It's not important or not known, however, who or what is performing the action. Okay? For example, my bike was stolen. In this example, the focus is on the fact that my bike was stolen. I don't know, however, who did it. Okay? Sometimes a statement in passive is more polite than active voice, as the following example shows. For example, a mistake was made. here I say a mistake was made instead of saying you have made a mistake. So it seems impolite, okay? But I say a mistake was made, and I'm focusing here in the mistake, okay? So I'm focusing here in the action itself, okay? On the fact that a mistake was made. But I do not blame anyone, okay? Okay. Now let's know how to make the passive in English. We make the passive by putting the verb to be into whatever tense you need and then adding the past participle. For regular verbs, we make the past participle by adding ed to the infinitive. So, like for example, the verb play becomes played. The verb watch becomes watched. Okay? So the regular verbs, I just add ed to the verb. Okay? To make it as a past participle form. But for irregular verbs, I have to memorize them. I have to learn them individually because they are different from the regular verbs. So, the main form of the passive sentence in English, we have to start with the object of the active sentence, then verb to be, then past participle. Let's read this example. Ali washed the car. This actually an active sentence, right? Okay. How can I make it as a passive sentence? Actually, we have 6 steps to turn an active sentence into passive one. You can write down these steps with me. The first one, you have to identify subject, verb, and the object of the active sentence. So let's identify them together. Where is the subject of the sentence? Yeah, it's Ali. Where is the verb of the sentence? The verb of the sentence is washed. Excellent. Where is the object of the sentence? Yeah, the car. So subject, verb, and object. So the first one is done. Number 2. Move the object to become the new subject of our sentence. So, where is the object? Yeah, the car. So I have to put it at the place of the subject, as we see here. The car. Number 3. Check the active sentence. What is the active tense in the action or in the active sentence? Okay, what is the tense here? Ali washed the car. Can you guess what is the tense here? Okay, we have here the verb wash plus ed, and we don't have verb to be. Yeah, excellent. It's past simple tense. So now we know that it's a past simple tense sentence. Number 4. Conjugate the verb be so that it's in the same tense as the main verb in the action or in the active sentence. Look at the sentence. Ali washed. It's a past simple tense sentence. So I have to put the verb to be in the past. The verb to be in the past is or becomes was or were. The car here is singular or plural. Excellent, it's singular. So I have to put was or were. Right, I have to put was. So the car was. Number 5. Add the past participle of the main verb after the verb to be. Where's the main verb here? Yeah, washed. The past participle form of the main verb wash is excellent, washed. So the car was washed. The last step actually is not important. So you can say by Ali or by plus the subject, okay? Or you maybe don't use it, okay? So you have to decide what you do to the subject. So here, the whole sentence is the car was washed. The car was washed. Okay, let's remember again the steps to turn an active sentence into a passive one. Firstly, you have to identify the subject, verb, object of the active sentence. Number 2, you have to move the object to become the new subject of our sentence. Number 3, check the active sentence. What is the active sentence in the active? What is the active sentence in the active sentence? Okay, you have to know the tense or the tense of the sentence. Okay, conjugate the verb to be. So that's the same as the main verb and the active sentence. Okay. Number 5, add the past participle of the main verb after be. Number 6, decide what you do to the subject. So these are the 6 steps to turn an active sentence into a passive one. Now, here, as we made a passive sentence, okay, to a past simple active tense, here let's make a passive one using a present simple tense active sentence. Okay, Adil washes the car. Adil washes the car. Okay, can you follow the steps and make it? Yeah, firstly we have to identify the verb, the subject, the verb, and the object. Okay, Adil subject, verb washes the car, object. Okay, so then I have to move the object to become the subject of the passive sentence. So I have to start with the car. We have to notice, or we have to check the active sentence, okay, the tense of the active sentence. Yeah, the active sentence here is in the present simple tense, so I have to put the verb to be in the present simple, as it's the step number 5. Okay, so the car is, okay. Number 5, step number 5, we have to put the main verb of the active sentence to be a past participle. So the car is washed, because wash is a regular verb, so I have to add ed at the end of the verb. The car is washed. So the form here is the object plus am or is or are plus past participle. Now let's do this exercise on the passive voice present simple. We have to rewrite the sentences in passive voice. Okay. You have to follow the steps, of course, to answer these ones. Okay, let's answer these examples together. Okay, example number 1 or sentence number 1. He opens the door. Okay, follow the steps, don't forget. Excellent. The door is opened. The door is opened. Okay, number 2. We set the table. We set the table. Excellent. The table is set. The table is set. We can also say by us. By us. Okay, number 3. She pays a lot of money. She pays a lot of money. Excellent. A lot of money is paid. A lot of money is paid. Number 4. I draw a picture. I draw a picture. Yeah, draw here is an irregular verb, so I have to say a picture is drawn. A picture is drawn. Number 5. They wear blue shoes. They wear blue shoes. Excellent. Blue shoes are worn by them. Or I can say blue shoes are worn. Of course, wear here is an irregular verb. They don't help you. They don't help you. Yeah. Okay, notice here. They don't. We have a negative sentence here. Okay, can you guess how can I make this negative sentence? Excellent. I have to put the verb to be plus not. So I have to start with you are not helped. You are not helped. Number 7. He doesn't open the book. He doesn't open the book. Excellent. The book is not opened. The book is not opened. So now you know how to make a passive sentence in a negative form. Verb to be plus not. Verb to be plus not. Number 8. You don't write the letter. You don't write the letter. Great. The letter is not written. The letter is not written. Number 9. Does your mom pick you up? Does your mom pick you up? Here we have a question. How can I make a question in passive voice? Let's guess. Excellent. By starting with verb to be. So here I have to start with verb to be, then the object of the sentence. So I can say, are you picked up by your mom? Are you picked up? Are you picked up? And I can't add by your mom. The last one also is a question. So also I have to start with verb to be. Does the police officer catch the thief? Does the police officer catch the thief? Excellent. Is the thief caught by the police officer? Or I can say, is the thief caught without by the police officer. Okay. Now, how to make the passive in English as we said in the past simple. Like when I say Adil washed the car, okay, we have to start with the object, the verb to be in the past because the tense or the active sentence is in the past, okay? So the car was, then the past participle of the main verb in the active sentence, so I can say the car was washed. And I can add by Adil and I may not add it or may not add it, okay? So the form of the passive sentence in English in the past simple tense, okay? Object plus was or were plus past participle. These are some irregular verbs, okay? You have to memorize them. Be in the past was or were, and the past participle becomes been. Become, became, become, begin, began, begun, bring, brought, brought, buy, bought, bought, choose, choose, chosen, come, came, come, and so on. So you have to memorize these irregular verbs. Let's answer exercise number 2 on passive voice in the past simple tense. Write passive sentence in the past simple or the simple past. Okay, the first one, the test right. Excellent, the test was written. The table set. The table was set. The cat feed. Yeah, excellent, the cat was fed. The lights switch on. Right, the lights were switched on. The house built. Right, the house was built. Dinner served. Great, the dinner was served. This computer sell not. Yeah, excellent. This computer was not sold. The car stopped not. Great, the car was not stopped. The tables clean not. Great, the tables were not cleaned. We said here were because it's in the past. The kitchen pick up not. The children pick up not. The children were not picked up. Okay, that's all. The last two slides, exercise 3 and exercise 4, will be a homework. Okay, thank you guys for your watching. I hope you find it useful and see you soon.